You're watching Super Mario GVT. And now, Poptropica Road Trip. A Spooktacular Peanuts Adventure. Hey everyone, it's Hyper Eel, and welcome to the next episode of Poptropica Road Trip. In this episode, we're going to go through Great Pumpkin Island with the full walkthrough and full audio commentary. Great Pumpkin Island is based on the Peanuts Halloween television special. If you watched it, then you can remember how to complete the island. Let's go! After you drop down here, run to your right and you'll pass by Charlie Brown, who is excited because he got an invitation to a party. Run to your right, and you'll reach the pumpkin patch. Here, you'll find the Van Pelt siblings, Linus and Lucy. Lucy wants Linus to find the biggest, heaviest pumpkin in the patch. Now, there is a variety of pumpkins. All you have to do is place the pumpkins on the seesaw and decide which is heavier. And you have to do this pretty quick, before time runs out. Once you found the heaviest pumpkin, give it to Lucy. She's very pleased, but she demands us that we have to deliver the pumpkin to her house. If you accept to bring the pumpkin to the Van Pelt house, you will get a challenge. And the challenge is to get the pumpkin back to the Van Pelt house without breaking it. Avoid obstacles. As you're passing by, go through the checkpoint flag. If it breaks, then you'll return to where you had the checkpoint. That's another checkpoint. Move as fast as you can so it could roll through the log bridge. If you're not fast enough, it may get stuck. Now this part after this checkpoint is a little harder, but you have to have good timing and try not to damage the pumpkin. If you manage to do it successfully, you'll be brought back to the Van Pelt house. As a reward, Linus will give you a trick-or-treat bag. And watch as Lucy stabs the pumpkin. Ooh, Linus' hair is up. Now, Linus tells the story of the Great Pumpkin, how the pumpkin rises out of his pumpkin patch and flies through the air with his bag of toys for the children. But he kind of mixed up the Great Pumpkin with Santa Claus. Linus believes in the Great Pumpkin, but the other Peanuts characters don't, because they think the Great Pumpkin is real, but Linus doesn't care. So anyway, head out of the Van Pelt house. Outside, run to your right and you'll find Pigpen. Give him the trick-or-treat bag you just got. And he will give you a lemon-flavored sucker, which he doesn't like, but Linus does. Head back inside the Van Pelt house. When you meet Linus, give him his sucker. Now he will give you a party invitation. After he leaves the desk, look at what's left behind. It's a pen. Pick it up. Now, head left to Charlie Brown's backyard. Here, you'll find Charlie Brown and Snoopy. Charlie Brown wants Snoopy to put the falling leaves into a pile. And this is a minigame where you had to maneuver Snoopy to blow all 5 leaves and put them into the leaf pile. That's 1 leaf. That's 2. Whoops. A little bit over the leaf pile. Now get the leaf in the pile. That's 3. This may be difficult, but you have to try not to get your leaf piles over the pile. Now we have 4, and let's get the last one in the leaf pile. Once done on all 5, the challenge is over. And look who's about to jump into the pile of leaves! Linus! Now his sucker got wet. He should never jump into a pile of leaves with it. Now he's off to mail his letter to the Great Pumpkin. But if you noticed before, he's not with his blanket. On Main Street, you'll find Linus without his blanket. He wants his blanket back. You may notice that he dropped it into the pile of leaves when he was jumping on them. When you reach the leaf pile, you had to move your mouse to blow away the leaves until you find something blue. It's Linus' blanket. Head back to where you find Linus without his blanket. Now, give the blanket back to him. What a cool trick for Linus! Opens the mailbox with his blanket. After that, he wanted to invite you to watch the Great Pumpkin, but you declined it. You wanted to go to the party because you got an invitation, but you still need a costume. Now, let's head back to Charlie Brown's backyard where you found the blanket. Here, you'll find Charlie Brown and Lucy. They wanted to sign the document, but you have a pen. Give the pen to Charlie Brown, and he will sign it. Now, he's gonna kick the football. Watch what happens. When he kicks it, he lands flat on his back. Now Charlie Brown and Lucy walk off screen. Now, pick up the football. You'll need a football, and it will drop the costume onto Snoopy. This will play a minigame. The minigame is you had to dodge the Red Baron for 60 seconds, and I'm going to skip ahead this part. Once you've done that, click continue. You'll appear in a dark enemy territory. You had to dodge the spotlight. Go find some places to hide so you won't get spotted. Once you dodge the spotlight, head to the right. On the right, pick up the Halloween mask from the Scarecrow. Now, put it on. Now that you have a costume, you'll go to the party that will appear inside the farmhouse. But it turns out you're at Violet's house for a Halloween party. Now, all you had to do is win all the party games and activities. The first one is the bobbing apple game. You have to bob 6 apples. And try not to miss an apple. If you get 3 strikes in a row, you'll have to start over again. 6 apples are bobbed and ooh. Lucy's lips touch Snoopy's lips. The next one is to carve a pumpkin into a jack-o'-lantern. Now Charlie Brown can model it for you. You can make an accurate jack-o'-lantern face. The next one is to pin the face on the pumpkin. This may be tricky at first, but if you keep an eye on the pumpkin, you'll see it more often. And you have to be as accurate as possible. So, put the pieces in the accurate position, and if you do it accurately, you win. And for the last one, you have to find Schrader, who's playing the piano. Now you'll have to play a catchy tune. All you have to do is click the keys at the right time. Notice that the blue bar on the bottom left of the screen shows how well you are doing. As you can see, I am a little bit far on the tune. But I try to be as accurate. And look at Snoopy dancing. Turns out he's entertained. The party games and activities are over, and you know what that means? Trick-or-treating time! The other Peanuts want Linus to come with them, but he wouldn't budge. Thankfully, Sally comes along. Now, follow the Peanuts crew to the left, and you'll play a trick-or-treater minigame. All you have to do is knock on the door and try to get the treats and avoid catching the rock, which is a trick. Woo, I just got the candy sticks. After the meeting is over, you get a bag of candy. Now, let's head back to the pumpkin patch. When you arrive at the pumpkin patch, go to Sally and Linus and give your bag of candy to Sally. Suddenly, you hear something rustling in the bushes. Could it be the Great Pumpkin? Let's see. No, that's just Snoopy with a pumpkin on his head. Gee, why would you think Linus would wait all night on Halloween for the Great Pumpkin? Do you think that's not true? Later, Lucy arrives. She's come to pick up her brother, Linus, who's asleep in his blanket. Oh, the poor Linus. There's always next year. But Lucy will give you the medallion. This is the end of Great Pumpkin Island. Stay tuned for more Poptropica road trip episodes. What is one thing that you struggle in Great Pumpkin Island?